Golf can be wild sometimes, not as calm as you think. Remember when Rory McIlroy threw his 3-iron into the lake? Or when John Daly's club went off a bridge? Sergio Garcia got frustrated once and threw his club across the water. It's not always a gentleman's game. Want to see some more crazy moments like this? Stay tuned for some of the best meltdowns on the golf course. Let's find out what makes these usually excellent athletes lose their cool. Let's check it out. At the Masters, where precision meets prestige, Sergio Garcia's showdown with his gear turned heads, but not for the reasons you might think. After a botched shot sent the ball sailing into aquatic oblivion, Garcia didn't just grimace or mutter under his breath. Oh no. He launched his club into the lake with Olympic enthusiasm, a perfect arc ending in a splash that was felt around the golf world. This wasn't just a golfer losing his temper. This was performance art expressing the universal language of "I've had it." As the ripples settled, the message was clear. In golf, sometimes you just have to let go. Literally. Riding the wave from Garcia's aquatic club donation, we veer into another realm of golfing meltdowns with none other than Woody Austin and his head-bashing spectacle. It was a scene from a cartoon, except it was all too real and happening on the green. Picture Austin standing over a missed putt, the frustration boiling over until it spills out in a series of self-inflicted putter whacks to his helmet. Each thwack echoed the sentiments of weekend warriors everywhere. Why do I even play this game? The crowd's gasp was palpable, a collective intake of breath shared by onlookers from all corners of the course. Cameras zoomed in, capturing every moment of the bizarre ritual as Austin transformed his frustration into a spectacle of self-flagellation. It was a moment that blurred the lines between agony and comedy, leaving spectators unsure whether to wince or chuckle. Just when you thought you'd seen it all with Austin's head-whacking escapade, along comes Henrik Stenson, turning frustration into sheer spectacle. Stenson found himself in a rough patch at the Open Championship, literally and figuratively. After a particularly disappointing shot, he did what any of us might fantasize about in a moment of golfing despair. He snapped his golf club over his knee. There's something almost poetic about it. A golfer, alone in his struggle against the course, decides to break his weapon rather than let the course break his spirit. The broken club, lying there on the turf, became a symbol of Stenson's refusal to go quietly into that good night of golfing mediocrity. And oh, how the crowd reacted. A mixture of shock, awe, and perhaps empathy filled the air. Riding the wave of shattered expectations and broken golf clubs, we swing over to Rory McIlroy's infamous Lakeside Meltdown. We're now at the WGC Cadillac Championship, where tensions run as high as the stakes. After a shot that could only be described as disappointingly aquatic, Rory decides that if his ball is going for a swim, why shouldn't his 3-iron join the party? With a flick of the wrist, Rory catapulted his club into the watery abyss, a perfect arc of surrender and frustration. Spectators and viewers at home watched in bemusement as one of the world's top golfers gave into a moment of pure, unadulterated human emotion. McIlroy's impromptu club donation to the lake sparked a flurry of reactions, ranging from laughter to sympathy to outright disbelief. As the echoes of Rory's splashdown still resonate, let's dart across the green to catch Sergio Garcia in a bunker saga that's about as much sand as it is about fury. Picture it, the sands of frustration. After a day of wrestling with the course, Garcia finds himself in yet another bunker. But this isn't just any trap, it's the pit that breaks the golfer's back. With a swing that's more exasperation than technique, he fails to escape the sandy grasp. And then, as if compelled by a force beyond his control, Garcia gives in to a moment of pure, unrestrained rage. His club, once a tool of precision, now a weapon against the ground that dares defy him. The sand flies, the crowd gasps, and a nod of understanding somewhere in the collective consciousness of golfers everywhere. Who among us hasn't felt the sting of the game's cruelty? Continuing from Sergio Garcia's sandy exploits, we pivot to the tale of John Daly, a golfer whose relationship with the game is as tumultuous as it is passionate. The story unfolds on the shores of Lake Michigan during the PGA Championship, a setting that was about to witness a moment of unexpected aquatic donation. After several attempts that saw Daly's ball stubbornly refuse to find sanctuary on the green, his patience, much like the ball, went into the water. Daly launched his golf club into Lake Michigan in defiance, or perhaps resignation. It was a throw of such conviction you'd think he was aiming to reach the opposite shore. In the adrenaline-charged atmosphere of the Ryder Cup, where the clash of continents turns even the most composed golfer into a gladiator, Thomas Pieters etched his name into the annals of golfing meltdowns. Amidst the fervor and frenzy, Pieters, facing a shot that would make even seasoned pros sweat, let his frustration boil over. In a moment of raw, unbridled emotion, he took his club and snapped it right over his knee with a surge of strength fueled by pure frustration. The crowd went silent, then erupted. It was as if Pieters had not just broken his club, but shattered the expectations of decorum on the course. This wasn't just a display of anger, it was a statement, a visceral scream into the void that sometimes the pressure gets to even the best. Jordan Spieth's cool usually doesn't crack, but those infamous deep bunkers got the best of him at the Open Championship. Usually we celebrate Spieth for his wins and how smoothly he handles the spotlight, but this time he got caught in the sand and let frustration take the driver's seat. Microphones all over the course, which are there to catch the sweet sound of a perfect shot, ended up catching Spieth losing his excellence instead. What came out wasn't just a few frustrated words, it was a full-blown rant that everyone could hear.
Yellow, right? It's either replay, play it from the water, or take the drop zone. You can play in line, obviously.
Imagine the golden boy of golf, known for his calm, having a moment where he just couldn't keep it together because of some sand. Right after Jordan Spieth's sand trap frustration, we've got Bryson DeChambeau, known for his scientific approach to golf, causing quite a stir on a practice green. Yes, DeChambeau, the golfer who treats the sport like a science project, hit a breaking point where not even his deep knowledge could prevent a meltdown. Caught by surprised onlookers, DeChambeau vented his anger on the green, using his putter to express his displeasure, leaving a noticeable mark. Even the most analytical players can lose their cool. Horschel, usually a picture of concentration and calm, faced a shot that would test the patience of a saint. And well, let's just say saints don't play golf. After a particularly aggravating shot, Horschel's frustration bubbled over. The crowd used the polite claps and hushed whispers, got an earful as Billy let the air, possibly some birds, know exactly how he felt. But the real kicker? His club, deciding it had enough, took a dramatic exit stage left, snapping in a moment of high drama that left everyone, including Horschel, in shock and awe. Here was Horschel, who'd probably calculated the trajectory, wind speed, and grass humidity, finding out that sometimes golf has its plans. And while his club might not have appreciated the rough treatment, the spectators had a story to tell. Remember the time Billy broke his club? Yeah, golf's a wild ride. These moments remind us that even the pros can have their patience tested to the breaking point. We've seen clubs take flight and greens face wrath, but Bubba Watson's caddy confrontation takes the cake for sheer unpredictability. Picture this, a serene course, the tension of competition hanging thick in the air, and suddenly, it's not just the golf balls getting driven, it's a heated debate right there on the fairway. Watson, known for his powerful drives and emotional gameplay, turned a strategy discussion into an unforgettable spectacle, passionately arguing with his caddy over club selection. Moments like these peel back the curtain on the intense pressure and passion driving the sport, leaving fans and players alike in awe of the drama unfolding amidst the tranquility of the golf course. Keep those clubs ready. You never know when the next epic golf rage moment will tee off.